is Arjun Francis, and I am here to introduce Soulville. Okay, I want to start off with a personal story. About 6 months ago, I was talking to my cousin. She's 38 and unmarried. And she's always been hesitant when it comes to marriage and like dating. So when I asked her why, she gave me an answer that actually kind of stunned me. She said, I hate feeling like I'm in a marketplace. I hate putting my personal photos, family details, and information about my personal life for anyone on the internet to see. And she isn't the exception, she's the market. Millions of value-driven people want to find a meaningful relationship without having to put their identities online. And that's the gap that Soulville fills. So, the problem is pretty simple. Dating apps and matrimonial sites are too public, are too shallow, they show way too many incompatible profiles. And to be fair, a lot of the profiles are fake. And honestly, that sucks as a dating market. So what does Soulville do? We actually don't show the person you're talking to. We actually want you to connect with them on a personal level based on your values, personality, and family heritage. So we do that through our AI discovery, which is basically the AI gives you scenarios and you choose the scenarios and the AI learns more about you. And that gives it insight on your personality and values. After that, we use Gottman research to give you curated matches. And we don't give you 100,000 matches like all these dating apps. We only give you 3 or 5 hyper compatible matches. After that, you enter an anonymous chat with a person and you talk about what you're expecting from the relationship, and it's very value driven. And only after you both feel like you're ready, that's when you reveal your identities. So let's talk about the scenario-based conversations. So we don't ask you basic questions like, what's your hobbies, or what are your favorite colors, or anything. We actually give you real-life conflicts. So let's say your partner is late for an important family dinner. Do you A, address it immediately, B, wait and discuss it privately, or just avoid it altogether? This gives the AI insight into how you are and like what your relationship expectations are. So what makes our AI different is that it's fine-tuned with a human wisdom layer. So we have advisors from MFT counselors and family relationship therapists on our board, and they actually give us information on what makes marriage compatible. We're also use Gottman relationship research to actually fine-tune the AI to make it match you with someone that's compatible with you. So, why is now the right time? Well, first of all, AI is finally at a place where it can hold meaningful, deep conversations with a person. Second of all, privacy anxiety is actually getting to its peak. People are very cautious about what apps they use. And third of all, people are just tired of swiping through countless amounts of meaningless profiles and not getting any results. And that's where Soulville comes in. So, unlike traditional dating apps, we don't show you a bunch of endless profiles. And traditional matrimonial sites, they just expose way too much information right off the bat. And also, just human matchmakers don't have the scalability to show you multiple different listings. And that's where Soulville comes in. We value privacy, we give you highly curated matches, and we don't put your entire social security information out there for anyone to see. So we're trying to start off with 1,000 users, and our benchmark is the US South Asian Christian community. We feel like they're highly intent and they value privacy, and also they are more marriage driven. So within our closed beta is within the 120 days. After that, we are expanding to other faith and religious communities, and we are going to expand more towards that in the coming months after that. So we are initially starting off with a free trial, or not trial, it's free for most users. After that, we'll be implementing paid plans. with our $29.99, that's the Connect basic plan, but we also have a premium plan, which also gives coaching and life advice. So I am the CEO. I fund the product narrative. I do the community trust, and I help organize the app. I am partnered with my CTO, Rohan. He's not here right now, but he's in charge of the platform development and the LLM. Also, we have MFT advisors and a psychiatrist on the board for consultation. So the ask is we are trying to raise $100,000 safe with a $2 million post money cap. And we'll be using that. Most of it is to get into the GTM, which we will be using 30% of the target to reach the $1,000 or 1,000 user target. So we are expecting within the first 1,400 users, we will be getting 4.2 MRR, and then within the first 18 months, we will have more than 9,000 users, and we should be generating above 350,000 ARR. Yeah, and that's about it actually. And also, we should be reaching the cost should catch up with the revenue at month 17. That's it.
So, question, how long does it take once I sign up? Once someone signs up, how long does it take before you are getting responses?
So ideally, it should happen the same day or within a few minutes, but it also depends on the pool. So right now we don't really have a lot of users. So right now it could take days or something, right? But if we have a big enough pool, then it should be able to match you with someone almost immediately.
And have you had any testing of this with individuals?
No, we are pre-MVP right now.
Yeah, that was kind of my question. You know, we talked about AI earlier on the panel. It's pretty easy to get an MVP going, and it makes the investment a little bit easier because it's like, okay, there's a product that I can touch and feel and see and use. So I guess my question is why have you tried building this with some AI tools so that there's an actual like MVP, or are you just too early right now?
So it's not building the app itself, it's kind of just fine tuning the AI with the research that we have, because we are kind of intended to get results, right? This is a very result-based AI. And also, since we are targeting the South Asian community, it's not like you can just run Facebook ads on them, right? So you have to go to events and like convention and stuff to get your name out. So that's kind of why.
Great concept.
Thank you.
Like, fundamentally, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, great presentation. Just so that I understand the concept, you sign up, you build your profile, and then do you wait?
So yes, there is like a bit of a waiting period because it is a matchmaker. It's not like a dating app per se, like Hinge, where there's. But ideally, we would have a big enough pool of users where once you sign up, you immediately get like a match or two. Obviously, you won't know who the person is, but you would be able to talk to them or chat with them almost immediately. Yeah.
So how do you think about the supply and demand? Like how many people do you need to be on the app for it to be functional so that you can get immediate response? Because I'd be the guy that's on there who'd sign up and no one would hit.
So yeah, I mean like that is a problem, right? And like we don't want that for our users, but like there could be a chance that, you know, a certain number of people don't get matches. We're targeting, since we are like all South Asians, we're targeting the Malayali community specifically. So everyone has like that same background and same sort of like heritage, and like, you know, there's a lot of commonality between them. So that checks a lot of filters for people. So we're guessing if we get like 500 to 1,000 users, then maybe we could like, you know, like maybe it won't be like rapid, but at least like within a day or two, you know? Because like the AI, you know, it can like work as fast as it can, right? But like a real barrier is like the amount of people on the app. Because
I mean, that is interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Because you are AI backed and
Yes,
leveraging
yes.
AI, why would it take 8 days to find a match?
Just in case like new users come up and stuff. It depends on how fast the pool is generated.
Got
Like,
it.
the
So
pool
because of the
users.
supply demand,
Yes,
that's why it's
exactly.
Got it. And then what happens when you get matched? Do I have the ability to stop paying during that time?
I'm sorry.
Once I match with somebody,
Yes.
can I stop paying?
I mean, yeah, like, I mean, we can't keep doing it once you're married, but like, okay, so the way we're initially doing it is our first users are gonna be free since, but it is like more of a matchmaking service, so we would like to only have paid options eventually, and, you only have to pay as long as you're using the app, but after that,
Well, I guess, I'm just trying to understand, because you said
Yes.
that users in your revenue will catch up to your expenses.
Oh, like
But like,
that,
once I get
yeah.
matched, it's
Yeah.
almost like your account's on, could it be on pause, or do
Yeah.
you require them to continue paying? During that
to
point.
use the app, yes.
Yeah. But once I get matched,
No, like once you get matched, no, it's a monthly, so even if you get matched, like that doesn't mean you're gonna, like, okay, it's like the same as like, Tinder or something, you get matched with someone, but that doesn't mean you're actually interested in them, you just like something about them. It's the same with the AI, you could be matched on like different things, but like, you still wanna talk to them and get to know them, and like, if you don't like actually like them, there could be another better match for you, right?
This is great. Like I said, the concept I think is awesome. It would be great to see like some results, and I know it's
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
But one thing just to think about is just making this an SDK that can be layered into your Hinge app or Bumble app, right? And then call it like, ghost mode or something. You no longer see people's faces.
Yeah.
You only see certain things, and there's an AI bot. Now you don't have to worry about users, right? Your distribution is actually through someone who's already built
Yeah.
massive amounts, and the user just decides that day to be like, you know what? I kind of just get matched based on personality instead of looks, right? Sorry about the mic.
Well, like, yes, that is interesting, but I think like that would also take away, because how would you do it on like the Alien app, like, how would you be able to assess their personalities and stuff? That isn't truly ingrained on the app, unless you have access to their conversations and stuff.
Yeah, it would be like, I don't know, I've never had a dating app, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming like there's a swipe left, swipe right, like match
Yeah.
and so forth. But it would just basically be answer these quick questions,
Oh.
and then it goes into this like personality match mode, right?
Right.
No
So-
longer based on looks and all that, and it could be interesting. Like if it's an
Yeah.
easy button for those big companies, it could be a really quick exit.
Yeah, that is a pretty solid idea. I think, but our vision with the product was that, let's say like you get matched with someone, right? And, you like have like a conversation about it and you didn't really like certain things about that person or something. You could then tell the AI, hey, I'm not looking for this, right? Let's say she's a Taylor Swift fan and you're like a diehard Sabrina Carpenter fan. Like, no more Taylor Swift fans for me.
Yeah.
Then the AI would be like, oh, okay, like I'll keep that in mind. And like someone else could be like, I love Sabrina Carpenter. So like, you would get matched with that person. So it would be harder to do that on like a different app. And I think like if we do it on a different app, we would have to strip a lot of like the features that we had in mind.
Aside from looks, what are the top 3 or 5 things that make for a compatible match?
So looks is actually not that important. So the target audience is actually more intent based, like people ready to get married, right? So I mean, obviously, like you don't want to marry someone you're not attracted to, but long-term studies like show, stuff like conversation habits. Are you like okay with making sacrifices? Stuff like that is more important in like long-term relationship health, and that is what our AI analyzes, and like that is what they match you on compatibility-wise.
And have you developed the questions?
Mhm.
Have you developed the
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah. So we're not developing it; we're actually getting it from actual research-backed stuff. So it's like, have you guys ever taken like a personality test? So it's kind of like that. It's not like the same questions, but it's kind of like the same type of situation. And you tell the AI like what the type of things you value based on like the scenarios they give you, and then it matches you with people that are similar to that. And like the scenarios are kind of developed through like the research stuff that we have.
Can you educate us on how the market actually is right now? Because I'm like, I'm like
Out of the game.
20 years out of the game. My wife poked me on Facebook. That's how.
So, there are a lot of people here, I guess, like that. I mean, I guess like Bear, Kevin.
well, let me kind of,
Yeah.
you know, like if you look at
Just
Google, Match.com, they're
Yeah.
all their valuations are dropping. No one's
Yeah.
really using those platforms anymore.
Right.
I think even in the South Asian community, was it Dill Mill?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and those aren't doing well. But there's now a resurgence of, you know, in life events. I think here in Chicago, there's one like Mohin something.
Yeah.
You know, and those are taking off like crazy. So, how do you think about that, and how does that play into
So
what you're building?
it's interesting. We actually did want to implement a feature where like we kind of facilitate the first meeting, so we could be like, oh, like you and her are in the same cities, and like you both said you like coffee. This is a great coffee spot to have your first date or something, right? But the reason that most people, to answer your question, the reason most people are moving away from these dating apps is because it's just a bunch of swiping. Like you just see a bunch of profiles, and also like only 20% of people actually get continuous matches. A lot of people don't, and like the reason is it's very looks based, right? So we're mostly going. It doesn't help with people that want to match based on personality, which is our target audience. So if we find like the right people to use the app, I believe like we would have a good user pool, and people would get matches based on that because everyone's in there with the same mentality.
Let's give it up for Soulville.
Let's do it.